Good day, everyone. It is nice to have you here. Something a lot less formal than I'm used to doing, but I honestly got the idea of making a video like this right before, going to bed. So, I don't know. I felt like been a year since I've started making content at a regular pace to try and bring FFXIV's lore to the surface for everyone, so I felt like, why not just have a one-on-one conversation between me and you, and kind of reflect on everything that's happened in this past year. Because yeah, it's been a lot. Not gonna say it hasn't been. Trying to release 2 videos a week, 2 full-length videos, like 10 plus minutes every week, has definitely been a trial by fire. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Some videos do extraordinarily well, most don't do very well. People might think it's strange, but despite the channel's rapid growth, most of my videos don't do very well. Yeah, it's weird because over the course of the year, some of my biggest, releases have been, of course, the Dark Knight video, which is still, the king of videos on my channel. But other than that, I think it was the Red Mage video and original Makote video that have done the absolute best. And past those videos, I'm just grateful for any video that passes 10,000 views, because most of them don't. Most of them don't. So it's definitely been a year of experimenting, trying new things, trying to figure out how YouTube works, trying to figure out what kinds of videos people want to see more than others, and trying to put my best foot forward as a storyteller, as an entertainer. Because as much as I make this sound about myself, it's about you all as well. I wouldn't be doing this if no one was enjoying it. And the fact that I've gotten such a warm welcome from literally thousands of people, it has definitely encouraged me to keep going and see exactly how far I can go with this. I suppose I can answer some questions when it comes to my videos and my reasoning. I'm often asked if I'm the only person working behind the channel FFXIV, and I do have my lovely channel artist, Caddy, who has drawn some of the delightful title cards and pictures you may have seen throughout many videos. But other than that, that's it. Everything else is me. Picking what video to advertise, which video to try, the research, the editing, the recording, just literally everything behind the channel, aside from the drawings, is me. And the only reason I let someone else do the drawings is because I can't draw for diddly squat. I've always told myself that I have stupid hands. Hands that can write, but they can't draw. So, funny little fun fact about me right there for you. But other than that, over the past year, like I said, I've been trying to release 2 videos a week to varying degrees of success, but that's not when I released my first ever video. My first ever video, the Here video, what it means to be a Here, I remember releasing early, or late, I should say, late 2020. So if anything, the channel has been making content for almost 2 years. But I did not officially start taking my work on the channel seriously until last year now. And the reason for that was because I've always wanted to make a living as a content creator of some kind, as a writer, editor, or just general entertainer, because that's just what I see myself doing for my entire life. But even after getting a degree to try and get into the entertainment industry, I had no luck finding a job. I had no luck getting hired on as a writer or editor or even as an intern in any kind of studio or anything. So I took up a job as a retail manager at a pharmacy to pay the bills. And as you can imagine, COVID hit. And that was an absolute nightmare. To work that kind of job in the middle of a global pandemic was horrible. But I stuck with it because it was just... had to put money on the table somehow. Had to put money on the table. Had to put food on the table somehow, and had to keep the lights on and all that good stuff. Hard to enjoy video games when you have no internet, you know what I mean? But no, I stuck with it. And I did all sorts of stuff during the pandemic. I delivered vaccines, I helped people with all sorts of stuff in the pharmacy, and tried to do my little part during all that madness. But after a year and a half of working through COVID, I didn't really get anything from the job. I didn't really get slotted for any promotions. I didn't get any raises, despite bending over backwards for the company. So I got frustrated. I got tired. And I'm just like, well, I can't just do this for my entire life. And here I am with this degree and burning desire to make a living as a writer, as a creator and entertainer, and I'm not entertaining. I'm not doing anything to entice people's whimsy and fantasy. And I had taken the first steps into being a YouTuber, thanks to my friend Osi, who helped me by editing my first ever videos. But I didn't really adventure past that on my own just yet, until a year and a half of working through COVID. And then I was like, you know what? This job isn't taking my time seriously, and I don't know what direction my life is going to head past this. So I'm going to just try this, and let's see what happens. And the rest is history. As you all have seen, like, I started immediately releasing 2 videos a week, or tried to at least, sometimes 3. And since then, I have not slowed down. I've not tried to give myself an excuse to slow down more than necessary, simply because I don't know. I finally had an outlet for my creativity, an outlet to express my desire to entertain people, and I was doing that. So I didn't want to stop. I did not want to let up at all. Because from what I saw, it wasn't a false hope. It wasn't a false dream. People were coming to my channel. They were liking my content. They were asking for more. And that made me so unbelievably happy. So happy. Because that's all I wanted to do with my life. And this channel proved to me that if I'm able to do this on a micro level, on a YouTube channel that's only got 17,000 subscribers, I can most definitely make it big working for a studio or whatever if I get lucky. Or heck, maybe if this channel suddenly went nuclear and gained 100,000 subscribers in the next year. God, that would be crazy. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So I started making content regular. I didn't give myself a chance to let up. And as you can see, these are the fruits of those labors. I made sure I was as regular or standard in the algorithm as I could. I still don't understand that thing for the life of me. I've tried to follow the rules of the game as best I can, but it feels like videos that should do well don't do well at all, and videos that I think are just memes end up doing better than my really serious content that I spend days, if not weeks on. So has been an experience for sure. Not a bad experience. I've certainly learned a lot, at least when it comes to entertainment on the YouTube scale, on the internet scale. So definitely worth every moment. Though, of course, I would be lying if I didn't ask myself, what could I be doing better to reach more people in the Final Fantasy XIV community? What do I need to change, either about my approach or myself, to really grab that wider audience and never let go? Because, I don't know, that's just how I think. I have always wanted to entertain as many people as possible, and I feel like I can. I just don't know how to reach all of you. Not yet. But I will. It's just a question of how long will that take. But speaking of all that, I have met so many interesting and quirky people along the way. Aside from my artist, Caddy, who is indeed quirky, but in her own special way. I've met so many interesting people and fans through my YouTube Discord. I've met other YouTubers, the Eorzean Archives, Chronicle of Lore, Final Fantasy XIV Fun Facts, Stout Helm, just to name a few, but there's more. Trust me, there's more. I mean, I've shared words with Anonymous, and I've also hung out with Merke Menagerie, I think that's how their name is pronounced. I don't know. I've always been horrible with names, as some of you know. But no, and I've even met not Final Fantasy XIV lore nerds, but other lore nerds. I've had the opportunity and privilege to get some advice from Noble, the WoW lore YouTuber, and that was a treat. But no, yeah, I've met so many interesting people in this past year, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Because, like I said, even if it's not on a grander stage, this is my dream on a smaller scale. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. Nothing at all. I've tried to reinvest the money I've made from Patreon back into the channel by getting better recording equipment, software, but other than that, I've tried not to spend money on myself, because I feel like I haven't earned that right yet. Not yet. I'm still a really small YouTube channel in the grand scheme of things, so I don't want to get too overconfident too quickly. But, I say that, but I've emailed so many other YouTubers to try and either get their takes or opinions on certain things, even though most of them have never written back, which is understandable. They probably look at my subscriber count and go, ugh, this child. Good lord. Who does he think he is? Oh, man. But no. I've tried to stay within my lane, because as much fun as I've been having, I'm not at where I feel like I should be yet. Not saying that I'm not proud of everything I've done up to this point. Not that I'm not happy with how many subscribers I've got, how many people I've met. Like I said, this has all been amazing. Though I would be lying if there wasn't that curious part of me that wasn't interested in seeing just how much further I could go. Because you have some of these massive lore nerds like VFXIV and My Name is Bife, just to name a couple. And you have some of these guys that have like hundreds of thousands of subscribers, so many views. They've talked with developers of their respective games, and I don't know, maybe one day I'll get the opportunity to ask lore questions to the Final Fantasy XIV writing team, but maybe I won't. Maybe sitting around at this subscriber count is the furthest I've managed to get, because from what I looked at, not tons of people subscribe to Final Fantasy XIV channels. Like, we've got Mr. Happy, we've got Zepla, we've got Larry Czar, and more, but we don't have any huge Final Fantasy XIV YouTubers. Have you noticed that? Like, we don't have people up in the millions, which is weird to me, given how excessively popular Final Fantasy XIV is. So, I don't know. Maybe Final Fantasy XIV just doesn't have a huge YouTube audience compared to other games. So maybe this is it. I'm just gonna kind of coast around this lower subscriber count. Maybe I'll reach 50,000. But regardless of success or failure, I do always plan on trying to make lore content. So long as life and other withstanding factors don't get in my way, I've had too much fun doing this to stop yet. And even though it's been an entire year of back-breaking research, recording, re-recording, editing, re-editing, and so on and so forth, I still want to keep doing it. Because, like, I'm gonna be honest, you and everyone else watching, you've made it worth it. So why would I stop? God, I'm getting a little emotional. You'll have to excuse me for a second. Oh boy. It's fun, isn't it? Getting to play a video game like this, experience it with other people, and then share your passions with other people through various forms of media. So here I am, still doing my thing, still writing scripts, researching, deciding what videos to do next, and wondering what the future has in store. The YouTube algorithm doesn't like me, not as much as I thought it did, but that won't stop me. Because if anything has been taught to me in this past year, it's that in one way or another, hard work will be rewarded. And that excites me to wonder what is on the next horizon. And I hope that I will be able to see what's around the next corner with you, and possibly many more people in the future. So, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, for supporting me in whatever little way you have. Like, it all counts. It all adds up. Every like, every subscription, every comment. It means something. Not only to internet numerics, but to me as well, because it's easy to just glance over something on the internet and not give it a second thought later down the line. But just dedicating a few seconds out of your life to click a button or type a comment or whatever, you shared a bit of your life with me in that moment, and I appreciate that more than you know. So, to stop myself from rambling too much further, I guess I'll leave it here. Like I said, I didn't plan this at all. I kind of just wanted to talk to you all for a bit. And if YouTube's metrics or whatever, or anything to go by, this video isn't going to get more than a 1,000 views or whatever, because people don't care for videos like this. But you know what? That's fine, because that just means that you, the one listening right now, got to experience this just with me and a few others. This is between us. So thank you again. And I hope to continue meeting everyone's expectations in the future. Maybe I can turn a career out of this someday. Maybe I can actually get hired on at a professional studio and entertain everyone on a scale that I couldn't possibly imagine in the future. We don't know what awaits us around the next corner, but we'll never find out if we don't take that first step. And I've more reasons than one to take that step thanks to people like you. So, thank you. And happy anniversary. Stay safe, my friends.